Right, shalom, shalom. First, I'd like to give all praises unto Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, Waharakah Kodash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And honors to you brothers out there in the highways and the byways, teaching this word in all sincerity and in truth. And this is Ezekiel 3 and 18. It says, When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life. The same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand. Yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. Now I say that to say this, we preach Yahweh Shai, all right, unto our people. And as part of that, we got to warn the people about the MOTB, because you can know you're an Israelite, all right? You can know tribes and all this information, but understand this, that if you take the mark of the beast, it don't matter what you know or what you think you know. You're condemned in that action. So it's important, part of this gospel and an important part of this ministry is to warn our people from partaking in the mark of the beast. And we make it crystal clear exactly what that is. That the mark of the beast is the implantable RFID chip. And every day that becomes clearer and clearer as we move closer to the fulfillment of the prophecy. Now you got these other Israelite groups that's out here for one reason or another, and they basically playing games with it. Now you got some Israelites that, they can't see it because of pride. They don't want to give credit to the apostles and elders, so they want to die on that hill. And you got some of these Israelites, they were bought and paid for. They were bought out to mislead the people, because like I said, it doesn't matter how many fringes you wear, it doesn't matter how many breakdowns you claim. Oh, this cat, man. It doesn't matter how many breakdowns you claim to know. If you take that MOTB, that's your ass. All right. Now, they always, IUIC been taking the piss, right? From way back when they tried to tell the people that the RFID technology is only for location purposes. All right. Now let's play this. Read it slow. And he calls it all, both small and great. Read it slow. You Russian. And he calls it all, both small nations. See, this is what Nate and IACPK try and do, is they try and push the idea that the MOTB, or they try and confuse it, that the MOTB is going to be something that one nation places upon another, which is not the case. The MOTB is going to be something that the state or the government, beginning with the beast, places upon its citizens, upon individuals. So when you read here and it speaks about small and great, it's talking about small and great people, rich and poor people, free and bond people, individuals. But they're trying to confuse it to mean nations. Go ahead. As if like, for instance, Saudi Arabia can take the mark of the beast. No. You know? And great nations. A small nation is called what today? Third world country. What's a great... Where'd you get that from? A small nation is a third world country? Small based upon what? Are you talking about small based upon size? Small based upon money? What do you mean by small?
How do you equate small with third world? First of all, when it talks about small and great, right, it just represents everybody, small and great. Okay. Small meaning you individual of lesser stature in society, and great meaning someone of greater stature. It encompasses everybody.
Third world country. What's a great nation called? The free world. Right, a superpower. The European.
The free world is only considered to be pretty much America. You got. Anyway, let's just keep going.
Countries. Go ahead. Rich and poor. Rich nations are called what? You just said it. Same thing. He's saying the same thing. Jonathan, let me use different words. Jake don't listen. Right. You gotta say it clear and clearer. Read it again. And he calls it all, both small nations and great nations. Rich nations and poor nations. Free. What's a free nation? Name me a free nation.
See, it's not talking about nations. First of all these nations are in debt, including the Corporation of America. They're in debt to the international bankers. So if they're sorry, these guys don't really even know what they're talking about. Britain is in debt.
America's the free world. Europe is a free world. Go ahead. And bond. Those are what? Third world countries. Go ahead. To receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. Now that's the verse we wanted to get through.
So the mark, based upon this breakdown, the mark is something which is given to a country. So Britain, the UK receives the mark. So what does that have to do with? So if Britain receives the mark, right, in their right hand or in their forehead, what does that have to? Is that automatically then does all of the people in Britain receive the mark? It doesn't make any sense.
All day. Right. RFID chip. RFID chip. What does it stand for? Radio frequency identification. But wait a minute. Did that mention? Read it again. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Go ahead. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark. Stop. So the subject is, with this particular mark, you can't buy or sell.
He said you can't buy or sell. But in the beginning of the breakdown, he broke it down as if this is talking about nation to nation. Now he's saying you as an individual. Well, how does that work? Is it the individual or is it the nation? Which one is it, Nate?
Can somebody tell me what a radio frequency chip has to do with that?
So this was their first rebuttal to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. The mark of the beast can't be the RFID chip because the RFID chip has nothing to do with buying and selling. It's got nothing to do with payments. I mean, all you got to do is Google RFID. No, actually, I just want the overview. Go to Wikipedia and you go to uses and where we are. There we go. Toll collection and contactless payment. So even then, it was widely known and it was already being widely used, especially in Europe, that RFID technology is not just for location. It can be used in a payment system. And then after that, Nate started talking about, well, the buying and selling is talking about trade between nations. Again, trying to make it look like this has nothing to do with the individual. All right. And that's when they came up with the whole embargo thing.
A radio frequency identification is meant as what? A GPS. to find location. Where's my dog? A sister wrote me and said, my dog has an RFID chip. I said, well, maybe he can go buy some land for you. Simple as hell.
So remember, and they've never really come back and, clean this up. They just ignore that this is what this man was telling people, that the RFID chip has nothing to do with payments. All right. Now, they also teach that the mark of the beast is sin. So these people are all over the place now. A video I see lately. Let's check this out.
Mark in their right hand. To receive a mark in their right hand. We read that earlier in Daniel 7 when it talks about stamping the residue, leaving a mark. Read that one more time for us. All, both small and great, rich and poor.
And what they try and do is, like, anywhere where the scriptures mentions mark, they try and equate it to be the same thing. These people are insane. But this is all done on purpose because they want Jake to be confused, because they want Jake to be caught. All right, they're there to basically now these guys might not know, they could just be willful idiots, but the leadership, they know what's up. They're set up on purpose, man, to lead people astray with confusion.
Free and bond to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. A mark in their right hand and in their forehead. And in their forehead. Give me that in Revelation 17:4. What is that mark? The mark is sin. We're going to show you that.
See,
okay, we're going to show you that. Guess what? If you don't agree with the ways of
they were saying the mark is sin, embargo.
America, guess what happened? Oh, Trump will put tariffs on you. Right. You understand? He's going to cause you to.
So before they were talking about embargoes, now they're talking about tariffs. These are all things that one nation puts on another nation. Those are not things that really apply to the individual. And if you want to say tariffs don't stop you from buying and selling. Tariffs are a tax, like VAT. It's a tax. These guys, again, they're just taking the piss.
Follow the policy of America, but if you don't, he's going to put tariffs on you. And we're seeing that take place. As a matter of fact, put that clip up.
Tariff ain't got nothing to do with the MOTB.
The tariff tit for tat is getting more intense.
So now they're trying to be like the algo, but they're breaking it down all wrong. Tariffs ain't got nothing. Tariffs don't determine whether you can buy and sell. Tariff is a tax on your buying and on your selling, basically. So if you want to sell an item in America and there's a 10% tariff on there, right, then your item is increased by 10% in value because you have to pay that tariff. All right, so if you want to sell it for $1, they're going to charge you 10% on that. So you end up having to sell it for $1.10. It's a tariff. It's tax. It doesn't mean you can't sell it or you can't buy it. But these guys, man, they prey on ignorance.
All right, the abominations, the wickedness, the sin, the democracy, the policy, all that stuff, LGBTQ, all of that in her hand, which is what? That mark of sin. Job 10:4.
First of all, even the tariffs that Trump is putting on nations has nothing to do with, if you listen to what Trump's talking about, it's all to do with trade. It's got nothing to do with LGBT. So these guys are insane. All right. These guys are insane.
Job chapter 10 verse 14. Watch this. If I sin. If I what? If I sin, then thou markest me, and thou wilt not acquit me from my iniquity.
You see, that's got nothing to do with the mark of the beast. There's different meanings of the word mark in the scriptures. That's not charagma. All right. That word there in Job is not equatable with the Greek word charagma. It's a completely different mark. All right, that's why you got the scripture, mark them that cause division. It doesn't mean to physically mark. It means to scopeo, mean to watch them. But the charagma is something inserted. It's a physical thing. But you see, they don't want to deal with that. Right? These men are just, goodness gracious.
You see that thing? If thy sin, thou markest me. Now let's go back to Revelation 16.
That's crazy. That's a crazy breakdown right there.
I'm sorry, 13 and verses 16, and I want 17 as well. Watch this, y'all. Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. Come on. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand.
That's not even saying the same thing. The two scriptures are not even saying the same thing. It says that he causeth all to receive a mark. And then you ain't going to be able to buy and sell unless you have that mark. This man's talking about the Most High. Like, if you sin, he's going to mark you. These men are taking the piss.
Come on. Or in their foreheads. Or in their forehead or in their minds. Come on. And that.
Nah, it doesn't mean in their minds. It actually is gonna be in their forehead, which is your brain. You got the brain chips.
No man might buy or sell. That no man may what? Buy or sell. Buy or sell. Buy or sell. This is Trump today. This is America.
No, this no, because tariffs don't stop you from buying or selling, brother. Tariffs does not stop anyone from buying or selling. Right? There's tariffs. Tariffs ain't nothing new. Tariffs has always existed, man. All right. Europe had tariffs against American products and vice versa. That's why when you do a trade deal, all right, those are the things you work out in a trade deal, and you might have tariffs on certain products and remove tariffs from others. It's got nothing to do with whether you could buy. If I put 100% tariff on someone's products, they can still sell it in my country. It's just got 100% tariff on it. These men are taking the piss.
Tariffs on China. This is America putting tariffs on Canada. This is America.
But can you still buy Chinese products in America? And in America, yes, you can order from Temu. So what's this guy talking about? It doesn't mean you can't buy or sell. Tariffs isn't the mark.
Putting tariffs on Mexico. What are we reading? The Bible. Read on.
What the hell is this guy talking about, man?
I buy or sell, save he had the mark. Save he that had what? Save he that had the mark. The mark, meaning what? You have to be in agreement with who? America. Now, Daniel chapter 8.
All right, so they're just all over the place. Now, what we're saying makes sense. We're saying that Esau's going to bring in a new financial system that's going to be based on a digital network, and you're not going to be able to buy or sell or take part in the services of the system unless you have that MOTB with Mark of the Beast, RFID, that's going to have your identification on there, your biometrics, and your financial details. Which makes more sense. But anyway, it's all good because this is what it comes down to. We're just here to warn the people. And really those who claim they believe. Because if you don't believe, it don't matter anyway. Whether you take the chip or not, you're still going to be destroyed. If you claim to believe, we're here to give you the full truth. All right? We got to declare the full truth to you so that you can withstand in the day of evil. And the truth is that the MOTB is the implantable RFID chip. Now, if you don't believe and you choose to take the chip, then you're going to have to face the consequences. But what you can't say is that you weren't told the truth. And that's why we got to be out here making manifest the knowledge of the Most High in every place. And coming up against this type of foolishness. Because these men have said the MOTB is sin. Then they're saying it's an embargo. Then they're saying it's a tariff. They're saying it's to do with nations and trade. It's not to do with the individual. So then why are you even preaching about it then? How does it affect the individual if it's really on nations? Because if America put a tariff on the UK, and so the UK got to take the mark in order to sell in America, what's that got to do with me? I don't export to America. These men are taking the piss. All right. But like I said, we're making it abundantly clear. The MOTB, I'm saying again, the MOTB is the implantable RFID chip, man. Whether you want to believe it or not, all right, do what you will with that information. Just know that it's on you, and you're the one that's going to face the consequences. Because these men are taking piss. All right, shalom.